is perception reality? So um, this is a topic that has, people talk about from time to time, and I wanted to give my own 2 cents to it. And from my thoughts, perception is reality. But perception is not the truth. Um, your point of view and perspective is your reality, because that's what you're seeing. So therefore, it's your reality. It's reality, but that doesn't make it the truth. And I'm gonna give you an example. I can, someone can see a black man, and this goes into stereotypes. You see a black man, see that he has dreadlocks, see that he got tattoos, he's dark skinned, got some Timbs on, and, you know, a wife beater, some jeans, and it's like, yo, he's a thug, right? Because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing this. You're seeing the perception of this guy. The physical, representation of this guy, and you're saying he's a thug solely because of how he's dressed and certain physical, things that you see. You say he's a thug, and that's reality. That's reality because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing him. You're saying, well, he's because based off of the stereotypical presentation of what has been socialized, socially engineered as a thug, he fits this description, therefore he's a thug, right? And that's reality. But it's not the truth because might be if you actually get to know this guy, he's living a square life, quote unquote. He's got legal businesses going on. He takes care of his family. He, ain't involved in no drama, illegal, things. That if you actually may take the time to get to know this guy, you might find out like this guy's he's living his guy. What? Really? You got 2, 3 businesses? Really? Wow. But again, you would think from the perception, the reality, the perception that you saw him that, hey, this dude's a thug. He's out to, you know what I mean, to do, simply because of the physical perception you've seen of this guy. But again, if you got to actually know this guy, you might find out like, oh, something totally different from the perception that you had. And you find out the truth of who this guy really is. And there's a difference in between the two. So that's where perception is reality, but it's not the truth. Just like you can see a guy, might be, let's say, a white guy. He got basic polo, some khaki pants, some Asics. And you're like, it's a square white guy, man. He ain't about, he ain't about nothing, man. He ain't, but he got. You might find out, yo, this dude is the hardest dude in the streets. If you got to know the guy, you took the time to actually try to get to know him and get some truth about who he really is, versus the perception of who he is and what you see, you find out, oh, this dude dangerous. Like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know he was. I didn't know Bill was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Bill was moving like that in the streets, but he had just he didn't have anything that made you perceive him to be of any danger or threat, right? Simply because you looked at him and you perceived him a certain way. without really knowing who he really is. And so, again, this speaks to my point of perception not being the truth. Perception is, yes, your reality, because that's what you're seeing, that's your point of view, but it's not the truth. Your perception can fool you, man. And this is what fools you. This is why, for me, especially when it comes to social media, I don't I mean, I might, you know, I might see a person's profile and I can get a gauging or understanding of what the interest of a person is, but that doesn't mean it doesn't mean I really know you personally. Like, I don't know the truth of who you are. I don't know the truth of who you are. Yes, I know things about you, but do I know the truth? This is just the perception. This is the perception that you are presenting of you to me and the world. Does not mean that's the truth of who you are. This could just be a facade of imagery, or it might just be who you are. But the fact of the matter is, you have to get to know or find out to know. Because sometimes there are cases where, again, I'm going to give you the same scenarios where you might find a person who, quote unquote, got dreads and got tattoos all around him and tattoos in his face. And he really is a, quote unquote, thug, gangster, and all of that. When you actually get to know him, you have to get to know the person. You have to find out the truth of who they are to then know, like, oh, all right. And you can see that same Bill, he has a regular basic polo, some khakis, and some Asics, and he really is a square. So, you know what I'm saying? The perception of who he is and the truth of who he is actually do match, right? So, but again, you cannot be fooled by your perception. Like my guy Hope said, believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Because what you see is your perception. This plays to the whole what I'm saying. Believe half of what you see. Because what you see, 50% of that could be true on one hand, and the other 50, that could just be a complete fallacy. It could be a complete BS, a complete sham. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't, I don't get too caught up in what I see all the time. You know what I'm saying? I take it for what it is. This is the imagery of what things are and how a person presenting things. But I know there's always depth to things, and So perception. Yes, perception. Is perception reality? Yes, but it's not the truth. It's not the 100% truth. It's not the 100% truth. So do your research, get to know things, do some inquiring for real versus looking at things from a distance or a face value. I'll tell you one thing. Most people get their perception of who someone is solely from their Instagram profile. And I know this for a fact, especially with girls. Girls, they feel like they know everything about you based off of just profiling your Instagram account or your Instagram profile. They think they know everything about it. It's like, sweetie, don't get too fooled by that, because that may not be the whole truth of that person. Like, you need to do some real time getting to know somebody before you just see somebody based off of their social media and you just think that they this or they that. You know what I'm saying? You need to do some more getting to know in real time, not just online time. what I'm saying? You got to. You know what I'm saying? Just for your best interest, I would just suggest it. Because, hey, if you want to get fooled, be fooled. But if you don't want to get fooled, man, do your due diligence, as they say. Do the proper due diligence of that guy or that girl. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, again, people you see all the time, people portray all the time happy, they're in happy relationships, and then you find out the truth of the matter. It's like, oh, damn, y'all not even, y'all on horrible terms, but y'all creating this perception or image that y'all the lovers of lovers. And then you find out the truth, and it's like, damn. So, um, you know, do your due diligence, man. Don't again believe half of what you see and nothing you hear, man. Don't believe nothing that you hear, dog. And believe half of what you see, dog. Half of it.